Hello everyone, Cup here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. As announced in the previous video, where I showed off match 1 and match 2 of the mini tournament, in this one I will show you the semi-final and the final match. So let's get into it. I'm starting with Quick Supply, Arc Lights and Stormcallers. My opponent is Supply Specialist with Fangs and Phoenixes. So right now I don't have anti-air for the Phoenixes and I'm going for Fangs. Again, Fangs can both serve me as chaff units, but also they can attack air, so it's possible, not likely, but possible, that they can actually take care of the Phoenixes. With Quick Supply, I often like to save the 200 extra bucks round 1. I could go for extra reinforcements and buy another unit, but I don't really like that. This is pretty... The playing field is even round 1, even if I don't spend the extra 200. So I could still win round 1, and I'd rather have the money turn 2 to then react to what my opponent is actually doing and how they are positioned. So for example, they could go aggressively, and when they go aggressively on one side, I can then put all my money that I have saved into defending that one side as well. So yeah, I do that very often. I think probably about 90% of the time or something. Only if I have some kind of grand plan that I'm already following round 1, but I rarely do, so I'd rather react to what my opponent is doing and have more money to do that. And yeah, Phoenixes on the opponent's side, really annoying, can't deal with them. All my Fangs already dead and game auto sped up because I couldn't attack the Phoenixes anymore, and the Phoenixes won my opponent round 1. But that's okay. Losing round 1 is usually not the biggest deal, not a lot of damage anyways. And I'm picking up some Phoenixes myself. Phoenixes can help deal with the Arc Lights, but yeah, more importantly, they can hopefully deal with my opponent's Phoenixes. Now I still have 200 left. And I'm deciding to skip yet again. Still don't feel the need to spend that money. My opponent picked up Missile Strike, and he picked up a good target, taking out my Fangs there and Stormcallers. And my opponent is also going for some mobile beacon crawlers in the front to distract my Stormcallers. Arclight in the middle, finally taking care of the mobile beacon crawlers. Right side looks pretty grim since I got missile strike there. Left side is somewhat close, but unfortunately my opponent's Phoenixes started shooting my Phoenixes a little bit earlier, so they won that fight. And yeah, again, mainly Phoenixes left, similar to last round. But considering my opponent missile striked the right side, it was actually pretty close still. And I'm picking up laser sight for one of my Phoenixes, since this is now somewhat of a mirror match with Phoenixes going against Phoenixes. And yeah, extra range on one pack of Phoenix will make all the difference, hopefully. I'm picking up some mobile beacon crawlers myself in the middle front there, and I'm pulling them back in the middle. And I gave my arc lights range. So the plan here is to, since my crawlers in the front middle are the closest to my opponent, a lot of their units will be attracted towards that pack of crawlers. and kind of get pulled with the crawlers towards the middle there. And then my arc lights with range, especially the one in the middle of course, will be able to take quick care of the chaff that is getting pulled into the middle. So it is attacking a lot of crawlers right now, and there's also a pack of fangs that it's going to attack in a bit, yeah, right now. So this is something I figured out a couple of days ago that can be really good. Pulling opponents' chaff units towards the middle and then having a ranged arc light to just basically take care of all of those. Opponent built some more phoenixes. However, I'm getting the tower now, and I can finally win a round and take care of the opponent's phoenixes as well. Incendiary bomb here can be good for either one of us. With this positioning, I should be able to take out 2 packs of fangs and 2 packs of crawlers, hopefully. And I'm also shielding my units near the towers there that are all clumped up. My opponent might also use Incendiary Bomb. And last turn, by the way, I won on the left, but I lost on the right. And I'm pretty sure the difference was the laser sight on the pack of phoenixes on the left. So the range really mattered there, I'm pretty sure. And my opponent went for the Incendiary Bomb and also went for a Vulcan with laser sight. So a long range Vulcan now. Trying to take quick care of my chaff. Incendiary taking out so much on my opponent's side. Basically all chaff ran into that Incendiary. Also partially because the chaff on the left got pulled towards the middle because of my crawlers there. So that is also something that I like to do. Sometimes I even just buy a pack of crawlers just for the one round to pull enemy units into something like an Incendiary Bomb. So because they were attracted to my crawlers in the middle, they ran to the right and into the fire bomb there. Now I'm deciding to finally level phoenixes as well as Stormcallers because my opponent just went Vulcan and I need the damage now. And right now it kind of looks like my opponent is going for Vulcans and Phoenixes. Well, they already kind of have those, so, but yeah, that's a popular strategy, and yeah, just go more Vulcans and more Phoenixes, maybe. I could see that. And I'm getting more Phoenixes myself, and I'm giving them the range upgrade, so that I hopefully will win this fight based on the range advantage. Missile strike coming down on the left. I don't think it's enough damage to take out my upgraded pack of Phoenix. And my opponent also went for range on the Phoenix. They know that that's important. However, I still have a pack of Phoenix with the laser sight, so they have the advantage over the entire board basically. And there's another Vulcan now on the right, also as expected. Now it's basically just, do I have enough damage to get through the Vulcans quickly enough to then be able to take out the Phoenixes behind. Also chaff does help of course, but not as much against Vulcans. However, my crawlers right now, they came in late. Those were my mobile beacon crawlers. That's why I pull them back like that. If you mobile beacon the crawlers in the middle, once to the right and then towards the back, once they finish their entire path, they come in as late chaff into the round basically. And they came in so late that the Vulcans were gone, and then they distracted the Phoenixes on the right. So they were actually really good there. Picking up some Fangs on the right there, coming in a little bit delayed. With this positioning, they should probably tank some Phoenix shots and then give my Phoenixes the advantage. By the way, I'm not sure if I'm thinking about it right now, but I should, basically at this stage, I should buy the temporary range upgrade from the left tower basically every turn. Because range on the Phoenixes is so important right now. Just so that my Phoenixes don't die and stay behind my Fangs and everything for as long as possible. Because I really need their damage. I'm picking up the shields though on the Phoenixes, also really good of course, so they can tank some shots from the enemy Phoenixes. So this is basically chaff and chaff clear versus and Phoenixes in a mirror kind of. So I'm clearing chaff with Arclights, my opponent is clearing with Vulcans. And then the Phoenixes are behind to deal the damage against each other, basically. And my opponent came through on the right. I'm not fully sure what changed this round, that I lost kind of hard now. I think they picked up Stormcallers, but I don't know if they made the big difference. Not fully sure what happened that turn. Maybe my opponent picked the range upgrade from the tower, and I'm doing it now too, by the way. I'm not sure if my opponent did it last turn, but it's really important, as I said. So maybe my opponent picked it and I didn't pick it, and that's why my Phoenixes were just worse. Upgrading Stormcallers, so they deal more damages. They deal more damage against the Vulcans. And yeah, now I do have the temporary range upgrade, and this is not going to be an issue this turn. I'm also pretty low, I could die here. My opponent too. This could be the last turn, by the way. And I'm deciding to pick up Wasps. 3 packs of Wasps in front of my Phoenixes. They move at the same speed. They are both 16 meters per second, so they will move in this formation basically forward. And with the Wasps in front of my Phoenixes, the opponent's Phoenixes will get stuck and attack my Wasps for quite some time. At least that is the plan. Hopefully my opponent is not going for Mustangs or something. Then obviously the Wasps wouldn't be as good. But right now they can take quite a few shots by the opponent's Phoenixes, and here we go. My opponent went for a couple of steel balls, not fully sure why, to be honest. I think they expected me to go for giants as well, I guess. And my Wasps are taking quite a few shots. Steel balls getting taken out by me without doing really too much. And now it's basically mainly Phoenixes left, a couple of Stormcallers. And my opponent picked also the range upgrade, I think, by the way, on the tower, the temporary range. So they probably did that last turn too, but now I do have it too, and my Phoenixes better than my opponent's Phoenixes. Or at least my Wasps tanked for so long that it worked out. And my opponent barely died. So this was a close match. Going up against Vulcan Phoenix, not always the easiest task. It's a really strong 2-unit combo. And yeah, good game for sure. Let's get into the final match. Since this is a tournament and this is the finals, I'm going with my comfort choice, Supply Specialist with Stormcallers and Fangs. So you've seen this like I think 2 times before already in this tournament. So I was really trying to win this. My opponent is also Supply Specialist, I think, and with Steel Bolts and Arc Lights. And I'm adding some crawlers behind the towers, just additional chaff. So pretty standard positioning. Good chaff already. Hopefully chaff can block for long enough for my Stormcallers to do work. And my opponent added some crawlers. I think actually my opponent is Quick Supply and not Supply Specialist. And here we go. The Arclight in the middle, very bad for me, taking out a good chunk of my chaff units. On the right I'm winning actually. I guess the Stormcallers hit quite well. And I'm not actually winning because there are a couple of crawlers left and Stormcallers cannot do a thing about crawlers in their face. So yeah, not good enough. Round 1. Missile strike, but again I'm skipping. I'm almost skipping intuitively at this point, and again this was not necessarily the best choice because I do have enough money because I'm Supply Specialist. So yeah, I already told you last video I think, but I'm going to tell you again. I like to skip round 2 because I want to unlock usually a tier 2 unit and buy 2 of those, and you need 450 credits for that. However, right now I'm Supply Specialist and I had enough credits anyways. So I could have picked something there. But I'm pretty sure I didn't even really consider what was there and just skipped. But yeah, I need to work on that. I need to actually think about which SPC I am and how much how many credits I have. My opponent did go for the Missile Strike, taking out my Stormcallers on the right and also quite a few of my crawlers there. And I added Phoenix, by the way. So Phoenix really good here. My opponent doesn't have anti-air and I was kind of banking on that. I wanted a somewhat cheap win this turn. Not take damage and also farm some XP on the Phoenixes hopefully. And yeah, I lost this round very hard. But yeah, there are my Phoenixes left, so and my opponent can't attack my Phoenixes. So I'm getting a cheap win here and taking out so many units. Would have been quite a lot of damage actually that I'm negating this way. And the time is ticking down. It's actually getting quite close, but I was barely... My Phoenixes were barely able to take out everything. Enhancement module can be free money. And yeah, I'm picking it here because my Phoenixes can level up. And now I'm leveling them up for free. And already I broke even. So enhancement module costs 50. And since you don't skip, you also lose 50 basically. So it costs 100 total, and upgrading a Phoenix also costs 100. So I'm already break even. There was no skipping. This turn would have made no sense because I want to upgrade Phoenixes, and if I do want to upgrade Phoenixes, I can already break even now and save hundreds in the future if I keep upgrading my Phoenixes. I'm going for arc lights left and right to deal with the opponent's chaff, the crawlers coming in, and I'm adding a third pack of Stormcallers in the middle. Round things off. Stormcallers taking care of the middle Arclight, hopefully. Was doing a lot of work against my chaff and is doing it again. My opponent already managed to level up steel walls on the left though, and the left is running through pretty much. My opponent now also has both phoenixes and some wasps. The wasps were, I think, a wasp swarm, the active, but they actually bought phoenixes. And I don't have a lot of anti-air outside of my phoenixes. I had some fangs in the front, but they don't really do that much and don't live as long. So yeah, I'm not able to take care of the wasps really, not quickly enough. And that's what basically lost me this round. Smoke bomb is okay here for me, but it's really good for my opponent potentially, so I need to watch out for that, since smoke bomb is really good against Stormcallers. And yeah, I'm skipping here for extra money because I need to shield here. I already know that my opponent might pick smoke bomb, and I must shield, period, and I need money for that. And since I don't only want to shield this turn, I also want to buy some units. I kind of had to skip, actually. Just economics, I guess. And I'm getting some wasps myself. So my opponent is in the same situation I'm in. They don't really have the best anti-air against wasps, just yet at least. They also only have the phoenixes. Just like last turn, they got the wasp swarm active, and I couldn't deal with that. I'm now giving, or I'm returning the favor. I'm playing some wasps myself, and hopefully they can give me the upper hand this round. Should be able to tank quite a few shots by the phoenixes. And by the way, my opponent did not go for the smoke bomb. Maybe they expected me to shield, or they don't respect the smoke bomb enough. I still feel like people are not picking smoke bomb as much as they should. Smoke bomb is really, really strong. Wasps are still tanking, and now they all died, but it was just long enough for my phoenixes to take out the opponent's phoenixes. It was very close, actually. I did not manage to take out the rest of the opponent's units quickly enough for my phoenixes to target the opponent's phoenixes. So it was very, very close. It was barely enough, the wasps. And I'm putting an Arclight in the middle here to deal with the opponent's crawlers in the middle. They are kind of annoying. Mobile beacon crawlers in the middle to deal with my Stormcallers basically, and yeah, the quicker I take them out, the quicker my Stormcallers actually fire at something that's useful. And I'm going for some mobile beacon crawlers myself too. Just pulling... This is just for pulling the opponent's units towards the middle, and then hopefully my Arclight in the middle there can take care of them. So trying to pull the crawlers from behind the towers, mainly. And when they get pulled towards the middle, my Arclight can possibly take them out. Adding a shield, and the shield is decent there, blocks partially the missile, but the missile can't, the shield can't block for the air units, unfortunately. And here we go. My opponent went for some Mustangs, so my wasps are getting taken care of pretty quickly now. Also more phoenixes on the opponent's side. And this does not look good. Opponent's phoenixes Or my was dying too quickly, some because of the missile strike, and then there were also Mustangs, and I don't have as many Phoenixes yet as my opponent, so don't really have the damage to get through the steel balls and to the Phoenixes and kill the Phoenixes quickly enough either. So my opponent is a bit ahead here right now. Deciding to skip. I think my arc light last turn was too exposed in the front there and died too quickly, so it couldn't take care of the chaff as much as I wanted it to. So now I'm trying to mobile beacon the arc light, as well as some crawlers, maybe like 2 or something. I can't really get all of them in the same mobile beacon because they are so far apart. But mainly I want the arc light to move to the right and then to the back, and hopefully move a little bit to safety. And I'm picking up 2 more packs of Stormcallers with fire because of my opponent's Mustangs mainly, and I'm expecting them to get more Mustangs too. There's only 1 pack right now, I think, on the left side. There will most likely be another pack on the right and maybe even another in the middle in a bit here. So fire on the ground might be really good here. And here we go. And there are more Mustangs on the right, none in the middle though, but that's okay. And the missile on the right actually did a lot. Took out the entire Mustang pack, I think. And with the fire on the ground, my opponent doesn't really have a lot of chaff left. But they have a lot of Phoenixes. However, since I won the ground war, I still have quite a few ground units left that also can take a shot or 2 from the Phoenixes. And they provide enough distraction for my Phoenixes to take out the opponent's Phoenixes. I think it's very close now. Taking out the last... Nope. Very close round. Just 1 Phoenix left with a little bit of health. Very close round. But yeah, right now I definitely need more Phoenixes too. Since my opponent already has 6 packs and I only have 3, I think, yeah. Seemed to have worked out decently last turn. I didn't really pay attention too much to the arc light in the middle, but last turn I almost won the round, so I'm just doing the same again. And I'm picking up the temporary range upgrade. So my Phoenixes hopefully can be better than my opponent's Phoenixes with the additional range. If my opponent does not pick up the temporary range from the tower, I will have an advantage. Kind of awkward now. My opponent has the Wasp Swarm available again. So I'm not fully sure how to react here. And I'm going for more Wasps actually with shields. So my plan is that hopefully all the Mustangs will die to fire by the time the Wasps come in. Or most of the Mustangs at least. Also, I decided to put 1 pack of Wasps in the front there into the mobile beacon. I do that, so they move in the front there and then move to the back. And then come in as late chaff. So hopefully at the very latest, when the Wasps in the middle, the mobile beacon Wasps, come in, all the Mustangs should be dead hopefully on the opponent's side. And my shielded Wasps will provide enough distraction against the opponent's Phoenixes so that I can win the fight. That's the plan. And yeah, my opponent went for a Vulcan here, trying to take care of my chaff even quicker. My wasps are actually doing some work. My opponent does not have any Mustangs anymore, like I wanted it to. So the Mustangs died to fire, I'm pretty sure. I didn't really pay attention, but they should have died to fire, I think. And my wasps with shields provide so much distraction. Enemy phoenixes can't take them out quickly enough. And this was a very clean round for me. Shielded wasps were a really good call here. And yeah, I'm actually upgrading them too. So they also can deal some damage. Doing the mobile beacon thing again. Putting down some shields. My opponent has missile strike up again. I'm trying to make sure they don't get good value out of it. I still haven't picked up the range upgrade. Hopefully I remember. It's very important. I'm picking up shields on phoenixes too, and I'm getting 2 more packs of phoenixes. So now I also have like 5 packs of phoenixes. And I'm taking a credit because I remembered, oh, I also need range. I didn't have any money anymore. So, and I'm upgrading some arc lights. Wasn't really necessary. Arc lights one-shot crawlers anyways, but maybe they can help here or there against some Mustangs as well or something. Anyways, here we go. Opponent put down Incendiary in the middle there. Put down some shields as well, trying to shield the Mustangs for as long as possible, I'm pretty sure. So they can take out my wasps. But not a lot of Mustangs left. Got taken care of by the fire and Stormcallers in general. And opponent's phoenixes again getting stuck on my wasps. Shielded wasps can tank for so long. And I'm getting through, taking out the tower, just a few phoenixes left. And GG's. So I neutralized the wasp threat, being the Mustangs with fire on the ground and Stormcallers in general. And then shielded wasps could counter my opponent's phoenixes. This is what it all boiled down to. Anyways, GG's. This was the tournament win. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.